Hey, fourth graders, it's me again. I'm going to try and knock out 2 videos today and post this one tomorrow. So, chapter 2 of Punish is running into trouble. Oof, I said as I bounced back from the collision. A quick glance at the man showed me I hadn't done any damage. He barely even looked surprised. Sorry, I said as I started to run around him. He put out a hand and stopped me. This is a library, he said, staring at me through the bottom part of those glasses that have a line right across the middle of each lens, not a playground. No kidding. I hate when people tell me obvious stuff. I wondered if he worked in the library. I'd never seen him before, but I didn't pay much attention to the people outside the kids' area. He was an old guy, dressed kind of like a teacher, with a jacket but no tie. He had a book in his other hand, the hand that wasn't keeping me from chasing Benedict. Hey, I said, I was sorry. I told him, words aren't always enough. He glanced at the book that surrounded us and let out a small chuckle. They should be, but they aren't. That's a lesson you obviously haven't learned yet. Maybe you need to be punished. Punished? My stomach squeezed tight as his words sunk in. Was he threatening me? I backed away from him and got ready to make a sprint for the stairs. He didn't try to stop me. Instead, he nodded and said, yes, punished. I suspect it would do you some good. He raised the book he was holding and blew on it. A puff of dust swirled through the air. I closed my eyes as the dust tickled my face. Hey, cut it out! I wiped my face with my sleeve and then opened my eyes. He was gone. Whack! Tag again, Benedict shouted, running up from behind and giving me another slap on the back. Cut it out, I said. I glared at him so he'd know I wasn't fooling around. You almost got me in trouble. I rubbed my eyes. They still felt dusty. I blinked hard. Everything looked funny for a moment, like I was seeing through someone else's eyes. But after another hard blink, things looked normal again. Sorry, Benedict said, but he couldn't keep from grinning. He started to climb one of the bookcases. Will you please try to behave yourself? I said. What? He asked. Behave yourself, I told him again. We returned to the kids section, and I got back to work. Benedict worked a tiny bit too, but mostly he ran around until Mrs. Tanaka, the kids' librarian, told him to stop. Then he sat for a while. Actually, he sat for 38 seconds. I know because I counted. Then I ran around some more. Then he ran around some more. He reminded me of one of those old wind-up toys that are all shaky and jerky, the kind that will stop so it looks like they've run down, then jerk back to life and start moving again. But Mrs. Tanaka took it easy on him. She's pretty nice. She never shushes us, and she's always seeing if she can help us. While I was working, she came over and asked, Did you find everything you needed? Yep, I told her. I browse the books all the time to see what's new. She smiled. I browse the books all the time, too. I really enjoy it. Alphabet? That you do, I said. She laughed like I'd made a joke. I'll bet I do, too. I don't see what's so punny. She groaned, then muttered, very punny. Shaking her head, she walked away from me. I had no idea why she was laughing or why she was groaning. I took a few more notes, then got my stuff together and grabbed Benedict as he ran past my table making airplane sounds. Ready to go? He asked. Yeah. How's about we head home? Stop that, he said. Stop what? I didn't understand what he was talking about. But instead of answering, Benedict turned away from me and walked toward the door. I had no idea what was bothering him, so I just followed him outside. When we got to the bottom of the steps, he said, Want to come over and throw around the football? Sure, I said. Benedict likes football as much as I like baseball, so we usually take turns playing each game. We can tackle the reports later. Will you please knock it off, Logan? You're starting to sound like my Uncle Horace, and he's really annoying. Knock what off? I wish he'd tell me what he meant. If you expect me to hike all the way over to your yard, you better start making sense. Besides, I don't really field like football. Baseball is a batter game. Oh, just forget it, Benedict said. Call me when you decide to be normal again. He walked off, slapping parking meters as he passed them and shouting, Hi-ya! I had no idea why he was angry with me. I also had no idea that things were about to get a lot worse. And that's chapter 2 of Punished. I want to point out to you, one of the questions is, what is a pun? And I wanted to show you in the book that it says, here, let me try, eyebrows, the books, all the time. So it actually says eyebrows, and then alphabet that you do, I said, instead of saying that kind of thing. And then it says, let me find it, give me a minute. Very punny. So what is a pun, and what are some examples of puns that I just read? So, what do you think's going on so far? See you guys, chapter 3.